enfeebled. He left in order not to obstruct the commander-in-chief's undivided control of the army, and hoping that more decisive action would then be taken, but the command of the armies became still more confused and enfeebled. Bennigsen, the Tsarevich, and a swarm of adjutant generals remained with the army to keep the commander-in-chief under observation and rouse his energy, and Barclay, feeling less free than ever under the observation of all these eyes of the Emperor, became still more cautious of undertaking any decisive action and avoided giving battle. Barclay stood for caution. The Tsarevich hinted at treachery and demanded a general engagement. Lubomirsky, Brunitsky, Vlosky, and the others of that group stirred up so much trouble that Barclay, under pretext of sending papers to the Emperor, dispatched this Polish adjutant general to Petersburg, and plunged into an open struggle with Bennigsen and the Tsarevich. At Smolensk, the armies at last reunited, much as Bagration disliked it. Bagration drove up in a carriage to the house occupied by Barclay. Barclay donned his sash and came out to meet and report to his senior officer Bagration. Despite his seniority in rank, Bagration, in this contest of magnanimity, took his orders from Barclay, but, having submitted, agreed with him less than ever. By the Emperor's orders, Bagration reported direct to him. He wrote to Arakcheev, the Emperor's confidant, "It must be as my sovereign pleases, but I cannot work with the minister," meaning Barclay. "For God's sake, send me somewhere else, if only in command of a regiment. I cannot stand it here. Headquarters are so full of Germans that a Russian cannot exist, and there is no sense in anything. I thought I was really serving my sovereign and the fatherland, but it turns out that I am serving Barclay. I confess I do not want to." The swarm of Brunitskys and Wintzingeradas and their like still further embittered the relations between the commanders-in-chief, and even less unity resulted. Preparations were made to fight the French before Smolensk. A general was sent to survey the position. This general, hating Barclay, rode to visit a friend of his own, a corps commander, and, having spent the day with him, returned to Barclay and condemned, as unsuitable from every point of view, the battleground he had not seen. While disputes and intrigues were going on about the future field of battle, and while we were looking for the French, having lost touch with them, the French stumbled upon Neverovsky's division and reached the walls of Smolensk. It was necessary to fight an unexpected battle at Smolensk to save our lines of communication. The battle was fought, and thousands were killed on both sides. Smolensk was abandoned contrary to the wishes of the Emperor and of the whole people, but Smolensk was burned by its own inhabitants, who had been misled by their governor, and this ruined the inhabitants, setting an example to other Russians, went to Moscow, thinking only of their own losses but kindling hatred of the foe. Napoleon advanced farther and we retired, thus arriving at the very result which caused his destruction. End of Chapter 1. Recorded on October 4th, 2008 by Geneva.